Okay, so I'm also just shuffling the deck right now. This is a new deck, Path of the Soul, Destiny's cards. What is the main energy for March that would be coming in for Libra? Coming in for Libra in the month of March. Okay, so I just pulled a few cards here and we'll just bring them forward. Okay, so we will go through these here in just a second, but first off, let's go with the tarot. So I did pre-pull, and just another quick insightful message of just know that you're all on different timelines. This may or may not resonate for you. You know, make decisions on a Monday or a Wednesday, so be mindful of that. So you all have different support systems that come in here to, you know, affect the readings and affect your emotions and affect your monetary situation. So just be aware of that. So again, take it as it resonates. Some of you might be just coming into this energy. Some of you may be, you know, right in the middle of it. Now others may be going through this in March. So again, wherever it is on you are on the timeline for those that it resonates for. Okay, just going to get right in here. So we are looking at the Muse of Voices. Basically, this represents as the King of Swords in the tarot. So, but it is basically you're feeling in the month of March that you've got a lot more strategies. You're taking decisive action in terms of your career, your money matters. It just feels like you need to approach things with a logical mindset in this period, just so that you can make clear decisions and move forward. And we also have the Two of Emotions. So again, this is also you collaborating with other people, you know, to kind of bring things about. It's people that align with the same values or the same belief systems, either in business or in partnership or whatever it is, that help you to bring about some level of success to whatever it is that's dealing with your money, career, and finance. So again, it doesn't have to be specifically to work situations. It can be just even around your home front. Maybe you have assistance as well in that situation, because again, that's something that would align with your values, but still affects, you know, kind of the business or a property or whatever. Now, the Muse of Inspiration. Now this is, I'm just bringing it a little bit closer so you can see it, hopefully. But the Muse of Inspiration is really that card that kind of speaks to, it's not even only just that one, because the Muse of Inspiration can be the King of Wands, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but there's also something here that speaks to you dealing with some area of your life that has a visionary approach. So something that you are dealing with has a certain level of enthusiasm, and I feel like you're in a leadership potential with it. So it's something that you're focusing on from a passionate point of view or from a heart space. Now, the only other thing that comes in here that kind of shakes things up is, of course, the Tower. And of course, the Tower is a big moment of a shift of some sort that is, you know, aligning things for your good, or, you know, but again, some of them can be positive and others can be a little bit more negative. But the Tower is basically a major shakeup or a sudden change in something that relates around your career or your financial situation. So something might feel a little bit chaotic for a period here, but it does open up the space for something better. So again, it may be a forced transition that pushes you out of something that was stagnant, but just know it is followed up by the Wheel. So this is actually a fortune that's coming in for you, because the Wheel is a turning point, and it definitely speaks to, you know, a career financial situation or something around money that is about to shift, and the luck is on your side. So it does suggest a positive change on the horizon in the month of March. You're entering a new phase when this is the Wheel that comes up here, and it's going to start to move more freely. Now, there's also something here following that with the Muse of Materials. So that energy is speaking to the same sort of thing here. You know, it's all around the financial front. Muse of Materials is the King of Pentacles, and it definitely speaks to financial abundance, stability, mastery of your material world, and it's a strong indicator of potential to create lasting wealth, establishing a firm foundation in your career or in your finances, something to that effect. So again, there's a lot here that kind of speaks to some good luck that's coming into you. Hi, Advadia. I'm sorry to mispronounce that. Okay, yeah, I'll answer that just at the very end for sure, just so it doesn't confuse the read, so people don't get lost in the information. But again, I just feel like Muse of Materials, you are on some kind of fortunate, and it starts in the month of March. Wheel of Fortune is also a flow of your time of luck. So we also have the a page of motion. So it feels like some kind of news is coming in here. It's also represented as the page of cups. So again, it can point to a new opportunity or a new emotional situation or even a creative idea. But either way, it's more of a fresh, open-minded approach, helps you to take advantage of the opportunity, and it's definitely good news or something more positive coming in. So really good news, and it's all around the tower moment of fortune and all of that. And again, we've got the Knight of Materials. So this is steady progress, and it's a focus on a long-term goal. But again, it's perseverance, attention to detail, taking a methodical approach, and it's going to be success in career and finances and money. It is a lot of energy around the financial aspects of things in March. And again, followed up with the Queen of Emotions. This is using your emotional intelligence, your intuition, more of a nurturing quality. You're trusting your feelings, your emotions, your intuition in making career decisions or in making things right in regards to your work environment or supporting others or however that relates around advancing yourself in some way. But again, I don't like to say it's specifically only just career because I mean a lot of other things can support your career as well. So there's also something here with the Three of Voices, Three of Swords. There's a heartbreak, there's a disappointment, there's a setback, betrayal, loss, whatever that is for you. That could be something that is a bit of a wound that shows up here in your career or in your financial life. So you're healing from that because too much of the energy around it is so positive that this is old residual energy here. And again, it's followed by the Eight of Inspiration. It's all buckled around really, emotionally, like really good cards and inspiration. Things are moving really quickly past that heartbreak, past that difficult time. This is when things are suddenly shifting in your favor. There's rapid progress, and you get to experience, an acceleration of your goals or anything inspirational that you are working on. And again, the Nine of Materials is also financial independence. There's a certain of self-sufficiency coming in here and enjoying the fruits of your labor. So whatever that hard work is that you put in, you're in a better space. And again, you've got a lot of luck here. Now, again, general message of all of that is it's a mix of new opportunities. There's been a sudden change and there's emotional growth. That tower that came in kind of will feel a little bit uncomfortable, but eventually it just leads to this. And it looks like it was in around that Three of Swords energy. So it feels like there was some kind of freedom of that beyond that. And so now there's growth in that space. Now, Wheel and the Nine of Materials, with what I see here as your final outcome card, it does indicate that things are moving in a positive direction in the material sense, that you're at some kind of a turning point in the month of March. So financially, there's a reward, there's some kind of interdependent, because there was a connection there as well, toward manifesting your success. Now, you are encouraged to use, again, your logical mindset and, of course, your creative side in regards to your career and your financial decisions, and combine that with practicality. Now, that's just a good advice for all things, I think, in general, but in particular with you, don't sway too far over one to another. Hi, Ishita. Yeah, I'll answer yours too just as soon as I finish on this one, which we're almost there. And again, it just feels like that Three of Voices again was like the Three of Swords, but basically you're using your emotional intelligence to heal and move forward. So trust the path. You're getting emotional opportunity. They're going to open you up as well. And I just feel like there is steady progress in terms of finances. There's going to be like a fast approaching information or something that comes in, and then the Knight of Materials again is the steady progress. So it's almost like you're moving forward with determination and patience, but it's almost like there is again the sudden shift or turn of events with the tower, as well as the turning point with the wheel. And just remain grounded and logical. That is the advice there. And again, because you are dealing with some kind of past disappointment or challenge that's in around that, it is healing you through that steady practical effort. And everything seems very positive with potential financially, and lots of rewards. Okay, so last cards out would be, so this is the Path of the Soul. This is a deck I don't tend to use very often, so I am going to refer to the book once I find it, just because I feel like that would give it more merit, and because I'm not overly familiar with the deck yet. So just because I don't use it too often, but not because I don't like it, just life gets busy. Anyway, okay, so what we're seeing here is the number 4. And again, this is Path of the Soul, Destiny cards, intuitive fractal art. And this is the card of ascension. So there might be something that's coming through here. Again, it strongly suggests that you're in a state of change and expansion. You've begun to raise your vibration, basically. So you're resonating at a higher level. So your consciousness is now more in alignment with your higher self. So because of that, you are working towards ascension, which is raising the consciousness of the planet. So there's something there that is, again, it's an uncomfortable shift. It's not always comfortable for sure because it's, continuation of growth, but it definitely speaks to you being positive and uplifting and having that effect on others. That is a very, very good card. Okay, and then we are also into the card of revealed. So it's almost like, if you've been hiding yourself, this is the card of you coming forward. Stop hiding yourself. The universe is calling you. You have a lot to offer. There's a lot to give. And this is a reminder, to see who and what you truly are, because you are part of the one. You are beautiful and you're perfect in every way. And when you hide yourself, you are holding or withholding not only your energy, but your love. So love for yourself, love for others. Embrace yourself and all your quirks, and we all have them, and let yourself be free. Let yourself shine. That's what the card indicates. Love that. Great message. Okay, and now we're on to, I think there's only two more there left. Now we're on to the card of number 19. So that is clarity. So a beautiful clarity has begun within you, mentally, physically, emotionally. You're undergoing a detoxification process. You may have already noticed that your thought processes are becoming more clear, more exact, more precise. Your physical body is starting to run more efficiently. You're getting rid of old emotional issues, and you're just being released. That toxicity is starting to, you're starting to get a deeper understanding of yourself, and so basically a renewal of your energy in that way. And then the last card out is number 27. And again, that's a 9 cycle, so that does actually speak to you almost being in that space of everything finishing up. So it is called doves. This represents the cycle from the old to the new. It's important to remember that you're not alone during these times of spiritual evolution. The doves are here to remind you there's peace, there's love around to nurture you during this time of change, and that you'll receive the energy and the strength to do what needs to be done. You're fully supported. Know that this is okay for you to ask for support, because this cycle is going to end soon, and then you'll experience the full bounty and the beauty of wonderful growth. And that is why you are here, is to constantly evolve. And again, the rewards come more so from not whether you did something good or bad, but whether or not you became your more authentic self. Did you reach deeply into yourself and master something so that you can bring something, raise your vibration, which then, or how should I say that, which then in turn, brings that same kind of resonating energy around you. So it's more of a supportive vibration. So just know that the things that you do in the world make a difference, and never think small, be small. It's important for sure to master your own boundaries, but more importantly, to master yourself. That's what I have for you for the month of March. And now I'm going to get to a couple of the questions there. So I'll use a different deck for these ones. Let's see. Okay, let's just go with... Okay, give me 1 second here, guys. All right, so, sorry, the question is, Navneet, your karmic partner. Not sure if you're asking me just generally what's going on there or something more specific. Oh, tell you about your love life. Okay, let's just do a general sort of energy around that then. All right, so what is happening on a general level for Navneet regarding love? What is a general message around love for Navneet and her karmic partner? Sorry, that's for Advaita. Oh, is Navneet a karmic partner? Okay, well, the card that flew out, just so you know, is there's some kind of burden around that, and it definitely feels like there is a stuck feeling. So let's just see what else. Is Navneet a karmic partner for Advaita, and what is happening with that connection? There's going to be some kind of communication coming in pretty quick here. I feel like he still wants to work on something. Um, Feels like it was stuck. Feels like this person could potentially be at a distance. What is the Six of Swords? Why is the Six of Swords here? But there is going to be more movement towards you in a loving way. The person's kind of in and out of your life, I would say. What's the Eight of Pentacles? But there is going to be a lot more prosody. It does feel like it's good, still good energy. What is the Eight of Wands? I'm getting really structured energy. Somebody that is very... But the cards that kind of flew out here were that there was kind of some kind of holding back situation. Doesn't really feel like there was anything bad there so much as it was like there was a hardship in terms of like the Ten of Wands. But I would say just overall that energy still speaks to something very positive with the rest of the cards. I feel like you felt or he felt that stuck in a situation that was either somebody who's weighted down by responsibilities or lots of stress, carrying too much on of the relationship, struggling to kind of keep things going, emotionally, taking practical steps, but it feels like with the Hanged Man, there's been some things that needed to be shifted in terms of surrendering to a situation. So you have to, something was stagnant, needed to transform. Somebody needed to let go of control, something along that line. It feels like you're tired, exhausted. Again, this could be you, him, but there's definitely a sense of having to, like the situation has been feeling like it was nobody was giving, like there wasn't any progress in some way. And it might have been due to a work situation or just somebody had a lot of responsibility. They're really held back. But I don't know if this is your story, but this is what's coming out. Now, the fact that I see the Eight of Wands does mean there's going to be massive communication coming in here. And I definitely feel like this is somebody who's very structured, very organized, really, prioritizes work, definitely wants to be very good at what they do, and is generally a very generous person here as well with the Six of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like there is some kind of discord around you, though, because that Six of Swords shows some kind of distance. And I feel like the Knight of Wands this is inconsistent showing up in the relationship. So again, just to kind of recap it feels like you kind of went through a tough situation where you were experiencing some movement and some transformation. And then all of a sudden something shows up as a heavy burden, lots of pressure, outside pressures, possibly some kind of responsibilities overwhelming the situation. And again, it just feels like the relationship itself is quite positive, but it's almost, a need to step back, view things from another, point of view, and able to kind of make a breakthrough emotionally. There is going to be some kind of communication coming in here pretty quick around the romantic part of things, and there's a lot of energy around that situation. So if things were feeling stuck, expect that to shift pretty soon. I do feel like that will be news or important news or communication that sort of accelerates your connection, and then it does feel like um, it'll be there is a sense that you need in the context of love that you need to have some boundaries, because it feels like whoever's stepping into that leadership role likes to take charge of the romantic aspect of things. Very mature person, I would say, coming in here that sort of embodies those qualities. Somebody who's steady, responsible, confident, all of that. But I feel like a lot of the focus with that Eight of Pentacles energy here, a lot of that focus is that they are building something of value over time, and I feel like it will also be shared with you. But there's a sense of, improving the relationship and working on one's own self-development, all of that. There's lots of energy around, things needing to cultivate over a period of time. Again, I just feel like there's going to be a lot more around you where there's more mutual support, and I just feel like you'll be a lot more emotionally fulfilled. There is a period of transition, again, that you're moving away from that toward sort of a calmer situation. So whatever the process of, the challenging, turbulent emotional situation was, just know that is a card of healing, and it's progressing to a better place emotionally and mentally. So lots of good cards here. I do feel like fiery energy, really bold, passionate kind of energy toward each other. But I definitely feel like, things were stuck, or somebody was, too much control in a situation. Somebody was maybe trying to put things on their own terms. I don't know how else to say that there. So hopefully that had some resonated for you on some level, but it's going in direction. Okay, and then okay, Ashita, let's see, what is coming in terms of love? What is coming in terms of love for Ashita? And more specifically, oh, you're welcome, Advaita. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Okay, so Ashita, in terms of Yashank, your ex, not in contact with. Okay, what do you want me to ask about Yashank? I'm gonna say yes. Okay, all right. So what's happening in terms of love life with it, Yashank? Oops, cards are flying out with yours. Okay, hold on one second. Feels like there's some kind of distance. I don't know if there was. Oh, I don't know why that Three of Pentacles yet, but let's just see. Okay, what is happening with Yashank first? What is the Page of Swords? What is the Page of Swords with Yashank? Why the Page of Wands? What's the Pentacles? What's the Three of Pentacles, Knight of Wands? I don't feel like you're done with that person. That still feels very positive. I even think you might even get some communication here pretty quick with the Eight of Wands. Yeah, and you've got the Fool 2.0. That means a second chance. I don't feel it's over with that person. There is going to be some kind of communication, and not only that, I mean, the Page of Swords does indicate that there, and not only that, you have the Page of Swords with, the Page of Wands, and that's actually a really positive combination next to the Lovers. So romantically, I would say you're definitely going in the right direction. So just wanted to show you that was the clarifier. Page of Swords was the Page of Wands and the Two of Cups. So again, they might be watching you or you're watching them. There is something there about, kind of some kind of distance, but there is definitely communication, I feel, for sure. I definitely feel like that could represent as, some distance, but sorry, that was the order it came in there. But it could represent some kind of distance, but it's almost like they want to grow this with you. They want this to move to the next level. I feel like they're curious about you. I feel like they might be watching you or you watching them. But there is almost like there's, and the next phase of learning about each other. I feel like this person is still wants a second chance with you and they want to mature the relationship. And I feel like you're going to get some kind of communication in the next short while. It's almost like there's a chance for a second round because there's just too many cards of excitement, passion, desire for a new experience, that kind of thing. And again, I feel like the person might be a bit guarded, but possibly watching the situation carefully before they kind of move ahead. There is a sense that they want a deeper understanding, and it definitely feels like they've got more questions here. But with the Page of Wands, there's definitely more of an openness to communicate with you. It definitely speaks to kind of a soul connection or a unity where there's a lot of mutual attraction there. And I definitely feel like there's a lot more commitment and values and moving ahead and moving forward in the relationship because this is maturing that connection. It does signify that there is more of a potential for growth with that and maturing it. So I definitely feel like there is going to be some rediscovering of each other. And again, there is more communication coming in here pretty soon because I feel like this is a deep connection and I actually feel like it is a meaningful relationship. I feel like this person's in and out a lot. There's a sense that, the Knight of Wands is not a steady influence. It's somebody kind of goes in and out, like I said, but there's also this curiosity about each other and what if. So I feel like you're going to be deepening the connection with that Three of Pentacles. And so I feel like there's just a lot of energy here about, embarking on a new chapter and something spark. There's more of a spark, but there's definitely a curiosity around each other and a desire to um, commit to commit to a new start in that direction. Anyway, is what I see there. So I would say yes, but there is communication. Um, I don't know that I see it as consistent. Still feels like the person's kind of in and out there, but it definitely feels like they have a higher, like a desire to bring it to mature it. So I would say that that in itself would be more of a commitment energy. With that, like it matures the connection between you and this person. Like there's a better understanding of each other. I wouldn't say fully consistent yet, though. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you, Ishita. I appreciate that. Well, hopefully it does give you guys a little bit of insight. I mean, life is hard enough for sure. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. Keep moving forward and never give up. And until my next read, and again, if you have any questions and I have missed it in this read, all right, I'll ask her. I'll finish this one. I know about career, please, because I'm very worried about your job. Okay, what's going on with Ashita's job? What's going on with Ashita's job? Is there anything about job loss or job change? Is there anything in the near future? When I say near future, it's like kind of 3 months range, that she wants to change her job. Okay, or Ashita wants to change the job. So what is going to happen with the job situation? All right, well, you're coming from a place really hanging on to things. As far as your finances, not really, you're closed off a little bit in terms of that. Queen of Cups, let's see what else comes out. What's happening in terms of career, job, finance? All right, well, there's something there that could be healing, but let's just see. What is star energy? You do have a new start here coming in. What's the Queen of Cups? Something that you're trying to manifest for sure. Something you want. What is the Four of Pentacles? All right, there's an unknown factor. There's something that's not quite visible yet for you to really make a solid decision on because it's not really in your view to make yet. But Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess does kind of indicate that there's sort of an unknown factor that hasn't lined up. The Queen of Cups is still dealing with mature energy, but, emotionally fairly solid. And then the Magician is that energy of still trying to manifest something. Something hasn't quite lined up yet. And then the Star feels like that could be something that really is something you really desire to do. And then the Ace of Wands, it's kind of an inspirational energy. And so, taken together, what I would say there is that that kind of speaks to, you holding back. You're focused on stability. It does feel like there's financial security here, and it definitely feels like you're holding on to your resources or your savings or your current job, whatever it is, but you're managing your finances in a very secure way. So you're just being cautious, but you're holding on to things out of fear rather than allowing for the new opportunity. But I think that's only because there's an element that you don't see yet with that High Priestess. Something hasn't lined up yet. You're trusting your inner intuition or your inner wisdom there. But again, it feels like there might be more to the situation than meets the eye. And so you need to rely on your gut feeling before you kind of take your next step there. Because there's something here that might even be spiritually, aligning you with a deeper purpose. Like, so it's something like that too. But there is emotional intelligence with the Queen of Cups there. I do see something further out that could indicate that there is a job change there, and it does feel like it is something that you are more aligned with, because again, it's an empowering card with the Magician, you manifesting it. There's an element that is not known yet, so there's something here that you need to wait for before it's lined up. But then I do see very, like, within a 3 month sort of time frame, I would say, is kind of would kind of move this energy. But with the Star and that Ace of Wands, it is a card of hope, and it does suggest that there is a change in your career, a new job, or something up ahead. It's a brighter, more positive career, and it is you aligning with more of a higher purpose, and that's going to bring you sense of fulfillment. But it does feel like you have the tools, to kind of create the opportunity. You just haven't been able to focus on it full-heartedly yet, but you will be able to make use of more of your talents in this situation. Again, more aligned with a higher purpose, something more aligned with you. And it gives you more of a spark of creativity, or at least more passion or more involved, like it's more exciting in some way. So it just feels like you have to wait for something before it all gets put together, because like I said, this high priestess tells me there's something of an unknown factor yet that has to be brought in within this next 3 months or so. But I would definitely say, take proactive steps, trust in your abilities. There's a more inspiring opportunity ahead. Be optimistic. It definitely feels like there is an opportunity that's more exciting on the way. It's really going to excite you and kind of bring things, in alignment to something that you want to do. And you do have a lot of natural talent. And of course, there is support around you, I feel. And it could be even in a role of you being more compassionate or more nurturing, or something where you more healing qualities or something along that line, like just where you get to be more of yourself. But either way, like I said, I just feel like that energy is moving in the right direction for you. It's not quite there. It's still in manifestation mode, and definitely there is still a known factor that has not quite lined up yet. So one element has to come into alignment, and then I feel like there is a job shift again within about 3 month period, most likely. But star definitely with the Ace of Wands, this is something you want to do. Anyway, hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight there. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Keep moving forward and never give up. And like I said, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll try to answer those for the next read. When I do them, I always do the answers for your questions toward the end of the reading. And yeah, otherwise, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you, Ishita. God bless you.